Hello everyone, Namaskar. I am Gulshan from Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti. Uh,
Abhi akka?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. After weeks of knowledge sharing and reception, here we are with the micro presentation session of Nonviolent Communication course. This is a reflection on how the Nonviolent Communication session is making an impact among the participants as we are past the halfway mark of our course. We are happy to have Mr. Gulshan Gupta, Northeast Director of Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti, minister participants shortly. The participants are kindly requested to take 4 to 5 minutes at the maximum. So we will be beginning the session. The first participant to present the session will be just 1 second. We will. Sorry for the delay. The first participant to begin the presentation will be Dr. C.S. Sendil, Assistant Professor of English. Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, do you want us to present the PPT or will you be presenting?
I shall
Yes,
do
sir.
my own.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Dear student community, the topic I have chosen for my presentation is Understanding of Nonviolent Communication, organized by Department of English and Foreign Languages, Bharatiya University, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, and Gandhi Smriti. And I am Dr. C.S. Sendil from Tyagaraja College, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Politeness strategies, when you deal with, there are two categories I have chosen for this particular presentation. One is positive politeness strategies, then the second one is negative politeness strategies. In positive politeness strategies, we have in-group identity markers, and then agreement and greetings. In the second one, we've got questions, question tags, and apologetic expressions. People would be just wondering what this one, politeness strategies and other things would be. Actually, politeness strategies are politeness, we say positive politeness is where speakers minimize or avoid face-threatening activities by adopting such strategies. And we have a personality called Downes. D-O-W-N-E-S actually, I'm sorry, I have made a mistake here. Downes, who is society, that the politeness or rudeness of a form depends on the intention of the interlocutor and the interpretation of the listener. And in group identity, we call it, are diminutives. Diminutives we are chiefly using sometimes of words and then ellipses. So politeness are addressing those who are close to them in some respect. And in linguistic manner of speaking, we can say these forms of address are termed as vocatives. And the vocatives VOCATIVES, vocatives serve the following function. They can be like calls, as I've given here. Please come along with us. Please come home, my dear, my lovely girl. Anything that we begin with please, or we can use the word please at the end to make or to establish rapport with the listener, and the interlocutor would also be so familiar with the listener in due course. That is the idea we have here. Then look at the term called agreement. In agreement, we have another characteristic. This is the another characteristic way of climbing common ground with the addressee, is to seek ways in which it is possible to agree with any one of them. There are a few safe topics we could use. Incompetence or bureaucracies, irritations of having to wait in long queues sometimes, then illness, then current local happenings, and something else. These topics could be used to maintain a healthy relationship between the speaker and the recipient. So agreement and disagreement are actually affirmation and some of what the previous speaker has said. So both are there, affirmation and denial. And what is involved in this is not to offend the standards of politeness. It might also have to have a rest, please. Use the time of to have a rest, please. So we are so polite with these. So we are so concerned with the person concerned, and we say, make sure you eat enough. When parent, particularly mother, might be making a request or talking to her son or daughter, make sure you eat enough to keep our physique, both mentally and physically, healthy. That can be used. And then we have greetings. Here, in greetings, fatigue expressions are socially determined and mark the person's maybe outside or inside, depending on the culture of a speech community, we say. And I've given a few examples here. The fatigue expressions could be good morning, good afternoon, good evening, any greeting we say. Then hello, hi, people use. Then namaste ji in Hindi we regularly use. So greetings of the day may also be one of the things that we key in when we send mail or letter, something else. Then a talk with someone, with a person who may be standing or listening to, or sometimes maybe receiving or call or letter. I hope this letter finds you in good health, etc. Information or creating some kind of vibrance to the listeners or the person who is on the other side. And these terms would normally characterize a speaker as an outsider. An interactional routine is also achieved through an exchange of greetings like this. Among acquaintances, I have a close acquaintance with my colleagues like Dr. Varadarajan, then Dr. Jayalata, and then my dear colleagues. There are many colleagues, right, in this group. The normal pattern is that of greeting and acceptance of greetings actually. When an individual greets, the recipient, if I'm receiving, is much obliged to acknowledge it. We require it. We love it actually. It's really positive. Now we shall look at negative politeness strategies. When you have positive, there must be a term called negative. That's why I have made use of this one for my presentation. In negative politeness, we say the interlocutor, that is a speaker. As I speak here, I'm called interlocutor. I may be just intervening or asking some questions to the listeners. The interlocutor employs various means to indicate that the receiver's freedom of action and freedom of imposition will be honored by using questions, tag questions or question tags, or apologetic expressions. These three areas we could cover easily. Then, when you look at questions, as a matter of fact, these questions are often used to give options to the receiver to say either yes or no. Yes or no. Sometimes we do use imperative impositions, and we have got some examples. Why don't you take him with you?